don't know. Mr. Simon was like, can you take him? He's not doing too well, doing that kind of thing. I don't know what's wrong with him. And the other day, I wanted to look out for him. I don't know why he's so insistent that I'm like, I don't know if it's a good idea to give him like more booze if he wants it, but I mean, I'll go poke him. I'll poke the bear. Man, I guess you could poke him. There's gonna be other cousins coming in.
It's so hard for me to hit this button ever since the little killer thing happened.
We'll leave the store close a little bit. Hey.
Can I have my thing?
No.
My I'll keep it in the bag for now.
Oh, it's in the bag. Okay, go back there.
Where the f...
Hey, take care of the man over there.
Fine. Really? Oh, my head. Who is... Hello? My head.
Hello?
Hi. Where,
There?
He's away? You kinda got hammered last night, having a lot of drinks. Nice man in the suit said he wanted us to look out for you, sort of thing. He was concerned for you, so you can stay here as long as you need to on that couch, sort of thing. It's fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We get a lot of traffic around this time.
Here's some mix
just
as
so
solid as you
know.
can. Wash out your dry mouth. Don't worry about it. It's on the house.
Thanks. Thanks.
Just so you know, a lot of traffic, so if you need peace and quiet, you might want to sit elsewhere.
I don't know what I need right now. Thank you. Thanks for letting me.
No problem, you
Keep
look like
over.
you need it.
I appreciate it.
What's your name again? I don't usually ask customers, I just
It's
serve.
Leonard. I'll pay you for your trouble. I'm sorry it was...
Yeah, no problem.
It's been a...
Don't want too many dips anyway, so, yeah, thanks. So as long as you need Leonard.
Thanks. Sorry, you're...
I need to go prep some stuff.
I didn't get your name.
I'm Bo.
Bo.
Big fella's Conk.
Conk.
The little lady's Wisp.
Thanks. I'm just
we
gonna...
run this establishment, so,
I'm just gonna...
no problem.
Take a moment. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're gonna be opening up shop there, so...
Yeah. So there might be a filter of noise.
This... A long time ago, Dr. Barnes was gonna pay me a lot of money for dumping those lights in. He even gonna charge me. I can't remember anything. Man, oh. Simon.
Hi.
whatever.
I don't want to clean the oven.
Just get scraping, Bisp. Get back in there. Okay, so stand over here. Here's your dish soap. Here's your metal brush scraper.
I was gonna...
Dunk in the bag.
I was gonna capture this lot and sell them out, eh?
Bag empty.
Oh, is it a meat delivery? I'll take care of that. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Put it away for now. Let me just...
I gotta get up.
I'll see the door, you know.
Oh.
Nice. We up in
Yeah,
the
by the way,
business.
so, you know, we went out there yesterday to the cave with, I was thinking we'll give it a second go, maybe. We gotta, run the news up a bit here and prepare some goods. We get some ropes or some explosives or something, get some goods together, but, we're on the way. Yeah. And I got some other, like some, I got this to care of, and there was some, too much sun or something, and then we can, make it a little bit bigger to cover a little bit more space, you know what I'm saying, Should be enough to cover any...
against the sun, yeah.
I have not seen
Yeah, with the sun, yeah.
I need to know what happened to Simon.
Princess sandworms or whatever,
Stay here, because I
Yeah,
don't
at least on the schedule, I'll see if I can get some more, I guess, expedition goods and some rope and stuff today, and maybe we can take a look at it tomorrow. I think that'd be a good idea.
If
yeah.
you're on my side,
Well,
do you
no,
know
it
some
used to be
other
like
survivors
not
out
dead,
there
but
that
it
could use
goes
a bit
back
of work?
though. It just spurs back
Oh,
when
for sure. I mean, if we can discover, like, what Jim is talking about, it's definitely money and maybe, food to feed the people, medicine for the people, so,
being weird.
I mean, if you want to go around and pitch, because, like, we're only how many, only, a handful of us. I definitely feel like maybe going for a bigger expedition next time, so we get more manpower, so if you're willing to, I guess, pitch the job to some people you trust, I'll be all for that, that'd be
I'm
good.
just gonna do my usual opening thing.
Yeah. Well,
Good
see what I
morning,
can come
Callous Row.
up with.
Little
I'm
shop's
pretty sure
open
Yeah,
for
for sure.
business.
He's not
Come
been out.
get some
I
bread.
know he's not been out that much.
He's not here.
At least he has not.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
makes sense.
sorry,
Put it in the back.
Bo.
Yeah.
I didn't want to take any more of your time. You
Yes,
said
sorry.
there was
Okay,
a man in a suit who dropped me off here. Do you know what happened to him?
He was supposed to be staying at the motel, but
Nah, sorry. He seemed a bit busy or whatever, but,
Listen, I'd like to pay you for your time, Mel. I'm happy to splash some cash over, pay you for the trouble.
make some more.
but if you're happy to pay, sure, but seems like, I don't know. Not to judge from book covers or anything, you
Yeah,
might need it
it's,
yourself, but definitely pay, because
I'll,
that's a whole other thing I don't want to deal with.
right. You're Conk, was it? Your family live here, or?
perhaps the mannequins took her away.
If you want to call it family sort of thing, more like
family,
equivalent of a
yeah, for
clan
sure,
sort
for
of
sure.
thing. Yeah, we're family by Wisp and Jimmy sort of thing. It's more like when you got Oni clan sort of thing. We just happen to be the same species.
Right.
I mean, I call it family. Like mushrooms, they can't really reproduce like y'all humans do, so it's a little bit different. But we call all mushroom people our family. That's just how we work down here.
Right.
Controlled to a point.
Must be nice. I'm sorry, I'm probably
Yeah, for sure.
stinking up the place. Do you know if
Yeah,
there's
no,
like
no.
a hotel nearby?
No problem.
I can go get a shower or something.
Or hotel.
A shower? I mean, yeah, you have the brothel. I mean,
Yeah,
the club
hotel.
or the motel. If you want to get cleaned up, I go to the motel or the
Motel.
club or whatever. They got some rooms there you can rent. They have showers.
Well, I'll pay you back when I can. Thank you again.
No problem.
Thanks for the
Definitely, I
drink.
remember Leonard.
Leonard.
Leo?
Right, aye.
Len?
Len, will do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Then, yeah, okay.
Hey,
I'll,
Yeah, dude seems really concerned about you, so.
Yeah.
Aye. Thanks, it's been a
I was
good
thinking
day.
for a second, like, you're pretty
The
good, like,
drawings, yeah.
like,
I don't know if the hotel people are around or whatever, but if I see them, I'll tell them
The
someone
drawing,
like you
the
looking for
drawing's
like
yours.
place.
On the
A
wall.
couple different drawings, sort of thing. It's just funny. It's like when you
Hey,
put little
Con,
pictures up on a
I got
fridge
some
or
meat
something,
noodles.
Aye,
and then stuff comes like, oh, I'm proud of you, sweetie, and put them up on the fridge.
right.
It's fun.
those good places there.
Well,
I don't know what they're doing that.
thanks, I'll remember this.
Oh, there's a hotel bloke there.
That should be.
Aye, I'll, is that the motel? Is it? I'll go have a chat with him, thanks.
I'm sorry, I think I.
Sorry,
Let me fix it up for you.
I know it's a bit early for a booking. I understand that you run the motel nearby, is that true?
How may I help you?
I was looking for a
Yeah,
place
I
I
do.
could
Yeah, some
cash
spicy
in,
noodle, you
just
know?
freshen up. I've got
Yeah.
a stinking headache and
Yeah, yeah,
No
yeah.
problem.
you got a receptionist in
I can book.
there.
I can book you in right now.
Aye,
No, I
if you
can.
don't mind.
We can head over there right now if you like.
Aye,
You have
that'd be
any?
nice.
You want some? Yeah, yeah. I'll grab those
Yeah.
too.
I'm a good sponge.
What did I say?
What? Good on you.
Oh, that's
I already have them prepared.
a lot of smog for this time in the morning, sorry. I think I went on a bit of a bender last night.
Yeah, I think a few people did.
Whoa.
Smog there.
This ramp. I have no idea how you guys haven't fallen down it yet. That is a hell of a fucking decline.
I've seen people fall down there.
I think I did. Did I fall down? I don't know if I fell down there once. I wouldn't be surprised.
Cherry's fallen down like twice on these ramps.
Hey, get like a rope or something to...
It's very impressive watching the ladies from the Dirty Diamond when they got like the stiletto heels walk up here. It's a bloody miracle they
That's
do it.
incredible, hey.
I mean, walking up, it's actually easier with the heels on because then your feet end up more flat. Like instead of like this, you're like this, right? So you're kind of on the ramp and you're just like you're stepping like that,
I'll
right? Still.
take your word for
But
it.
walking down is a nightmare because you're like.
You gotta go like this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or you pretty much like. I mean, honestly, we should master the slide down, just like shh, the whole way down.
Right, well,
Just get some salt. I seen you around here.
no, I've got a bit drunk last night and ended up sleeping the night in the noodle shop. I'm sorry, I was about to go freshen up. You probably don't need me stinking up the air. Good day, all. Thanks for the
The sewers mask everything.
But like everything else.
ramp
Yeah,
tips.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I can get you some powdered perfume if you want from the back room of the Diamond,
I think I'll deal with the shower, thanks, but thanks for the offer.
Sounds good.
I'll see you around.
You go clean yourself off.
How far's this motel of yours?
Just around here, right here.
Ah, right, well, literally just round the corner.
Okay.
Nice place.
Is it just for the night?
Aye, just for the
No.
night. If it's just need to check in and use the shower early, I'll try and be out your hair. Don't like to be too much of a bother.
No worries. You plan on sleeping tonight or just using the shower and stuff?
Just a day room. Don't know what sort of rates you're going
Day
for,
room?
but I'm
Yeah,
happy to pay for a night.
Alright. 2,000 credits.
Not a problem. Hold on. So, can I up that number a little bit to keep this a little bit quiet?
Sure.
Sure. How much we talking? 20k. I'll do you.
Yeah, 20k.
Right, well, there you go. I don't mean any trouble by it. I'll be out. I mean it. I'm just here for a shower. Aye.
Access to room number 3, very end on the right.
Room number 3.
Incredible chain.
Listen, I don't mean to impose more than I already have. There was a bloke in a suit here yesterday, younger lad, black hair. Apparently he helped me back into the noodle shop. I don't know if you know he's still about.
Not that I know of, no.
Aye, well, thanks.
I don't think I saw anyone like that description.
I'll have a shower and be out your hair. Thanks.
Yeah.
I guess that's what happened to the cleaning droid. Fucking thing stunk. Right when the back to the fucking door. Fucking. Oh. You look how I feel, pal. Quickly. Fuck, that's cold. Mind the prosthetic, mind the prosthetic. Dare I? I think I'll stick with a fucking sewer ward. Oh. Fucking. Fuck. How many fucking years has it been without being able to fucking have a proper shower? It's so fucking hell, it's too fucking cold. I think I'm gonna fucking. You know what? I'm going over those scanners again. You really fucking appreciate the automatic body dryers they got up top. Fucking hell. It's a fucking towel or sans paper. Fuck. Hold on. Fucking water level goes down. Fuck it. Alright, well. No sense crying. I spilled fucking piss. Get my boots. Here we go. Come on. No, man. How old are these things now? How long's it been? Family run business. Nice little shop. Brax. If you're up there, What am I now? Is this it then? Is this Elaine Moss? Darwin? Sarah? I've had to do a lot of things I regret in my life. I had to become a lot of things. I had to do a lot. And be a lot. Stop a lot. Of everyone else. I never thought of myself like that. I was always your husband. I was always your dad. I'm sorry. But it seems like I'm having to take the long way home. I will see you again. But not like this. Not until your dad's back. I always thought that seeing you again would be the hardest thing I'd ever done. I had changed. You may have changed. Who knows what you thought of me? All those times in the field, those long dark hours. I knew that coming home to you was going to be harder than all of that. I did. Though it sounds strange to say. Hate to be right. Well, I'm not good to anyone like this. Best get out of here. Gloomy place. Yeah. Hope the funds at least get him a few parts for that thing. Best not draw attention. Guess he won't mind if I let myself out. Shite. Fuck. Hello?
You have a key.
Didn't know if I was trapped. Right. I've got to find Simon. Diamond's closed. He probably went up to the upper sea.
Would you like a refill as well, sir?
No, thank you. Just love to go up and pay.
Tea shop. He mentioned something about a tea shop, maybe. Excuse me there.
I need to have a word with you for just like 1 second.
I heard there was a tea shop of sorts around this place. I don't suppose you can point me in the direction.
Oh, yes, it's right over this way. You just came from it.
Aye, that's the one, is it?
Actually, I have a question.
That building right there.
That's the one, aye.
Jade Tea House.
Thanks. Yeah, I should have seen the sign.
At the end of it is the tea leaf bag.
Now I understand. I tried using it as a straw and it just didn't work. It just doesn't do anything.
No, it is not a straw.
You should have.
Hey, welcome to the JT house. Come on in, take a seat wherever you like.
Thanks,
Vanessa, how's it going?
appreciate it.
Welcome. If you could please weapon your weapon.
It was good.
Sorry. If you could please leave your weapon at the door, that would be great. We have a lockbox there as well.
Hey, no worries.
Did you shower in your trench coat there? Freshen it up a little bit?
Sorry, 1 second. Can you repeat that?
You,
Did you shower in your trench coat?
He's
to,
a friend of mine mentioned this place.
No, I still gotta get that dry cleaned.
Cayman. I don't suppose you've seen him recently.
I'm sure it wouldn't take too long if you dropped it off at the tailor's. I think
What was his appearance?
So she should be in
Black hair,
Did you
looks
say Kaiman? Are you
oddly
mean the
like
Simon
your
guy?
boss. Aye, that's the one.
Oh, Simon, I didn't hear you correctly. Yes, Simon has been here. He works for WOTO, I believe.
Yeah, that's the one. I don't know if you've seen him about. I was, drinking with him yesterday.
He was here yesterday.
Aye, I don't suppose you saw where he headed off to. Did he go up top, or, is he still about?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I have not seen him yet. It is still very early in the morning.
Yeah, well, it was just in case you knew anything. I'd love a tea more than
Can I
life
get you something
itself.
tea?
Aye.
Anything?
I'm not a great choice for tea, so I'll take whatever you've got.
Look. Yeah. Hey,
He
try.
quite enjoyed the mint green tea, so
Well,
yeah, let's get him some mint tea.
I'll get you one of those.
I might think some company.
Feel free to sit wherever you'd like.
Thanks.
To recommend this place. Hey. I shall be back.
Have a good day.
Window.
Oh, sure.
Hey, to you as well.
Floor novel.
Thank you. You gonna be sticking around here today?
Huh?
Yeah, no plans really, and definitely dancing at the Diamond tonight. Whether or not the rest of the girls are there, I'm doing it. You know, I've been looking forward to it. So.
One of the Diamond girls.
Yeah, me too.
Get some good vibes.
Stage fright?
Well,
Yeah, something like that.
I'm sure she'd have spoken up if she knew something.
I mean, I did open last night
probably
by
up
myself
top.
as well, only for drinks though. So, I
Hope I remember what about my fucking card.
handle a bit more than
Fuck.
that. You know, a couple dances maybe.
Oh, thank God, keys are still there. Oh.
Did I get you anything, miss?
Whew.
Here you go, sir.
Thanks. It's been a while since I've been in a sit-down establishment. Thanks.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Excuse me, vessel.
I think I
How you doing?
recall your face. Did I see you in the Undercity yesterday?
Yeah, I was
Oh, thank
I
God.
was taking bets over at the fight club they got going on down there now.
It's a new thing, is it? Or what?
Yeah, I think it's a new thing. It's something that
hello.
seems like just some of them put together for fun.
And that'll be
So
200 credits.
we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I don't mean to I don't know, pry or anything, but and you looking kind of rough.
Aye.
Hey.
That'd be
Well,
about
friend,
right.
I was able to find my owner, so all is good.
I just
Then again, you were there when that happened.
Yeah.
It's been a
it's
interesting week.
No he's up to.
interesting, huh?
Probably shouldn't,
Yeah.
probably shouldn't.
Well, if you'd like to talk about it to a complete stranger that you don't know, I'm all ears. I've had my fair share of, you know, interesting weeks that I've coped with by drinking a lot.
I'm sure. Listen,
He's like one of my superiors. Yeah,
just gonna keep my voice down for a moment. Can you hear me all right?
Sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm whispering too.
The,
That his friend was Simon. That was the one
you're
who
on the
was
place down here, dear.
Did he come to your business as well?
This is your...
Yep, this is mine.
Yeah, we stayed at the
It's,
he mainly stayed at the
seems calm.
I did see him there though. Guess he was
Yeah.
preoccupied.
Nobody's been
Here for at least an hour.
worried or
Interesting.
moving out
He
Careful now.
at all.
I think for that hour or Yesterday I
Yeah?
was down to Infiltrating.
You mean like from the tea house?
No, I mean,
Successful, but
I'm relatively new to this area, and I heard whispers of a bit of a panic. I don't suppose you know anything about that.
A panic. I mean, there's gunshots every other day, people boarding up their shops and stuff. Can you be more specific?
just like, you know? I think I'm gonna get you guys' hair.
Mr. Owner, let me gently take your jacket off of you here.
Don't make people
Right.
You can have just that.
I will be back shortly with it.
Okay.
You're,
She thinks I stink.
right. She can smell.
No. But, God damn it. That, yeah, whatever.
Listen, how long you been down in this area?
Oh, would you like a table?
I'm actually pretty new myself. Only about a handful of days now.
Follow me this
And
way.
nobody's
Bought this place from the bank and the synth came with it.
A little
been
bit more
talking
privacy,
about,
please, there's already conversations going on.
anything
Goodness, are we lucky?
Can I get you both some tea?
What do you mean?
Coming.
Anything
I
coming?
have some green tea.
Anything coming, huh?
Green tea and yourself?
I'll be right back.
We might want to. If you're talking about what I think you're talking about, we might want to go somewhere a little more quiet.
Of course. Sure thing. It'll just be a few
fuck
moments.
it, why not? You,
Hello, Miss
but
Ryder.
Hello.
tea's
You're
nice.
talking about a You can bring the tea.
What would you like?
Hey,
it's good for
Sure thing.
energy, you know?
Yeah.
Caffeine, you know, if you drink
The caffeine is very good and
Yeah, exactly. I gotta
it
do
is
my
also
workouts, you know?
good for your skin. And you show a lot of skin, so that is very good for you.
Hey, hello.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go for a walk.
Exactly, true.
Feel free to keep this place, up and running, make us some money.
Sure thing.
All right.
You'll
Thank
get
you.
your jacket back in like the last hour or day or something.
Yeah. It doesn't stink. All right. That's just the area. It permeates the clothes here.
Do you mind if I
Ryder, I have to get these
grab
teas
my
first.
arm?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Sure, it looks like
Does if I need like a change of clothes or something, we could take him into one of the apartments.
no, it's
Go
alright.
freshened up. He looks like
Your
absolute shit right now.
sister
to be honest.
Sign.
Thanks.
Or you got that all sorted?
You mean
We can go talk in my apartment.
Sure.
Sign for the clothes shop down the corner.
No, good to go. I can do it myself. I'm a mechanic.
It looks like you don't have,
Oh, hey.
well,
You guys know this is a game.
looks like you got a nice little setup down there.
Yeah.
There's a couple of mushroom lot
Um.
kind enough to, put me up for the night. Didn't even charge me for it.
Yeah. We got some good people down here. Actually, give me a minute. I realized I left my room key, or my apartment key in my back room. I'll be right back.
Right.
God, I wish I could speak.
D.
I mean,
What the fuck is that supposed to be? That's, concerning.
got a bunch of new ones.
Sorry about that.
Gamble them away and
All right. Let's take the high road.
Hey.
John actually recently went out for a walk. The owner's not in right now, so we cannot do any gambling yet. However, when he returns, I will let him know.
Oh, I just came here to get some tea, but maybe later we'll have a little.
Are we gonna go fuck some shit up or no?
Should I be worried?
Nah. Just like to, people don't really typically look up.
Huh.
Your concern, I'm guessing, is about a little spacecraft. Am I right?
One of several. Aye.
Yeah, let's talk.
Right.
was asking Charles to see if we find some people. So at least that was on our side, you know. And that's
Come on,
I
man.
think I saw him 10 minutes ago. Before I sent it out to the people. So he could be in the road, he could be in the wasteland. I don't know.
Okay, well, thanks for the tip. We gotta go.
Whoa, sorry. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Some big thing going on in the wasteland. Some catastrophe.
Fucking hell, nearly fell off.
We did hear that. Like, yeah, there's like an explosion that we heard.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Oh, sorry, you're in the dark over there.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. Alright.
Listen, how much farther is this place?
We're like 3 rooms down.
Just looking
Probably can't go this way.
for some information, nothing more.
I got you, man.
Oh, fucking hell. Wouldn't fancy this walk home drunk, that's for sure. So you,
So,
are familiar with, this craft?
so I'm not, but I've got a friend who is, and I'm gonna introduce you to him.
Friend. Right.
Trust me, he's perfectly safe.
I feel it. I do.
I'm impressed that you're not ready.
Could I maybe get the picture with you?
That's a big bloke.
Safe, man, don't worry about it.
Uh-huh.
No?
Listen, if you're gonna mug me, then just mug me.
Next time. Next time.
Look like you got much to take anyway. I'm not mugging you, man. Come on.
Right. Why am I doing this? Fucking hell. Thanks. All right. Blaine? Blaine?
Who's
No.
Blaine?
Huh. Just an expectation, that's all.
Well, look. So I've got some friends that know about this spacecraft. You
Yeah.
might be interested to meet them, and they'll be here shortly to talk to you.
Listen,
You know, no false pretenses or anything like that.
Huh. The reason I bring it up is not because there would be anything wrong with anyone knowing about this craft, but just because I want to know if people are prepared, that's all.
Well, I'll introduce you to the guy. He should know the place is MO3.
Right. And who is this friend of yours?
I mean, I'll let him introduce himself. But I wouldn't lead you here to, you know. I wouldn't lead you here if I was gonna, you know. That's not my thing.
Great. I feel wildly encouraged.
Look, man, it's hard to get stuff done down here without everyone crawling their nose into your business, you know? It's better for, you know, both you and me. It's safer this way.
I'm well aware of the feeling. Listen, I don't know what you know about me, but situation's changed. You got no reason to believe anything I have to say.
Nah, go ahead. I've heard crazier stories than what you're probably about to tell me.
The Xenos. An expedition was led yesterday to try and capture it. Or an element of it to begin weapons testing. We don't have a lot of time. If we do start getting any weapons out of it to fight the dam.
How's it going?
It's going. Just wait for the big man for now.
Alright, your friend has an entourage, does he?
He's a popular guy.
Looks it. It's a expensive looking set of arms you carry in there.
They are. For a number of reasons. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Hold on.
Listen, what is this? I came to try and find out some information and to make a friendly warning, that was all.
Hey. Just relax. If it was gonna be a hit, you know.
How the fuck?
If it was gonna be some kind of hit job, it would have just.
How the fuck are you still alive? I saw the footage. I saw you get fucking shot in the head. How the hell are you still alive?
I ask myself that question every day, but you better focus, friend.
Hey.
Pleasure to meet you, Leonard.
Look, it's,
I've not seen you in a while.
It's been a bit. I hope,
You look like you've been through the ringer.
Yeah, it's not necessarily been keeping me well. I trust you've been in good health.
Hated as always, hunted as always. You should know.
At least got out from underneath Talaris' thumb, are you? I'm expecting Damien to walk through the door any moment now. Explain why you're still alive.
Sure fucking will, on my part.
Right.
What's he talking about?
Have a seat, Leonard.
Sure.
Calm yourself. If something was to happen, it would happen already.
I'm sure you're right. Looks like your sofa's a little bit... I think I'll stand.
Fair enough.
Listen.
Minor precaution, because we like to be smart around here. I'll have to ask you to discard your sidearm.
Hand it to me.
Fine.
I'll hold on to it for you.
Me, it's fucking mine.
Not like it'll make a fucking difference anyway.
It is yours? What are you talking
I
about?
have to do paperwork for it.
Quiet. We received word from some of our sources that a certain WOTO asset was having some sort of qualms with their previous employers and they were left to the dogs.
Well, world travels fast. You speaking of Simon, is he safe? He doesn't need to be involved in this. If you've got Simon down there somewhere, then listen, the man's... He's still got skin in the game. Alright.
I don't. Word travels fast because there's a lot of eyes on the corporations as the world gets more and more tired of being beneath them, but that's a different conversation. Now, I have a decision that I need to make, Leonard. First of all, I don't know how the fuck you're standing here in front of me because I watched you die. How are you alive?
Well, looks like the corpse is still able to hide some tricks.
Some. Not many.
There is a very specific thing. I am not sure how it is activated, but it doesn't like being talked about. If you are interested in remaining secure.
I understand. Now, the last time I had met you, sir, you seemed to be very convicted in your actions.
There was that.
You do not look anything like you did before. Why is that? Did you cross somebody? Did you piss off Goldman?
No. No. As much as I'm sure you're ashamed to say it's got nothing to do with Goldman. I was moved in from off-world. I've come from outer system. I come from a place, it's backwater, named Orban 7. It's a farm world. It's, well, let's just say that when the war happened, WOTO sunk its fangs in deep. I had a family there.
Sunk its fangs everywhere. Unfortunately.
A family who, I wanted to look out for, and well, I guess I sold out by your people's estimations. Oh, I know a lot of things about people, about controlling, and let's just say there's more than one way to starve a man. They use my family as a string, guide me along, carry. The story was, if I did what they told me, I would keep them safe, and I'd earn myself a retirement. I need you to understand, Locke. I gave up raising my child to try and keep her safe. I gave up a lot more than most people would care to admit. All of a sudden, nearing the end of what was supposed to be my out, I get a message. I've been dispatched. I haven't been able to speak to the family in a while. Apparently what I'm doing is far too sensitive to that. Can't risk the personnel I look after. Can't be compromised. Can't be corrupted. Let some people like yourselves start using that knowledge against me. I knew that something was up when it was gone dark, but hey, what's one more job? Come out to some backwater death planet, look after one of the most megalomaniacal man in the galaxy, and some fucking rat who seems to be on a spirit journey or whatever the fuck he's up to. Honestly, it's amazing he survived this long. It turns out that the reason I'd had nothing was File's dead. They're gone. WOTO got rid of them. Fancied that it'd be better not telling me and getting a few more years out of me on some backwater than putting up with the inconvenience of paying for one man. He's near 30 years of service, and his wife and daughter. So if you're saying that I've got a few misgivings, I don't think there are words enough to describe what I feel right now about those fucking monsters.
Obviously, Leonard. Now is the time where if I wanted to pry into your mind, I would give you a rigmarole about how corporations have always been evil, so on and so forth. I don't need to tell you that.
I've known that.
The way that you've portrayed your own story You willingly turned a blind eye to it. For your family. Aye, there's a lot of people stuck in the middle.
I don't expect your pity, Locke. I know what I've done. And now I just want to end it doing something right. I thought that maybe Galaxy was bad. I thought that maybe if I could make things better for my wife, for my child. I thought if everyone did that, then maybe that would be something I could do right. And I was willing to do a lot of stuff to get that. It's a very hard thing. After deluding yourself for so long, to finally admit you've been a fool. So no, I don't expect your pity, Locke, of any of you. I did this.
If we based somebody's future life based upon their previous actions before they could see the consequences of what they've done, most of us would not be alive in this room. Most of us would have already paid penance for their actions, no matter why they thought they did it. What matters is when a man reaches that rock bottom when he's lost everything, be it his people, his family, or his way of life. It depends on how he chooses to brush himself off, and whether he will allow himself to just be another statistic in footnote and die underneath a corporate boot, or trying to do something to actually change it. Not to play by their rules, not to allow them to dangle something in front of you that you would do anything to protect. They do that to so many already, Leonard. You know this. I'm sure working for Goldman you've seen what he does.
Aye. That I have.
I will admit to you, I had a very kill all corpse mentality for many years of my life. Last year I came across a particular slimy individual by the name of Norman Flint. He outsmarted me, managed to trap me. I was stuck doing his work for some time.
That's what that was.
He was no fool, and I had misjudged him. Took him at face value, which was everyone's mistake. He was playing a dangerous game, you see. He had grown up here, in this shit heap of a row. Actually cared about the people here. I did not believe it at first. Thought he was saying anything he could to save his own life. But he actively worked against Talaris, right underneath that bastard Damien's nose. Risked everything to try and keep that magic down there, whatever the fuck it is, out of their hands. I don't know shit about magic. In fact, I hate it. It makes my skin crawl. But he put everything on the line to misdirect, to slow down, to stop, and to organize those who were willing to try and stop them, regardless of the cost. This did not make sense to me. Norman Flint was a corporate asset. It opened my eyes a bit. After he was killed, I received word of his execution. But before he died, Norman Flint took his dead switch that would have ended my life and returned it to me. He returned it to me saying that he knows he does not need to hold anything over my head because we are both already dead men. He for his convictions, and I for mine. I had a family as well. Father. Back to Kyoto. I didn't like it much. Didn't understand much about the corporations back then. They seemed like a necessity. They were a necessity, let's be honest with ourselves.
Aye. I've told
But as soon
myself
as the
that as
war
well.
had begun, once they had found out about those slave colonies, those clones. Human lives created just to be a way of saving money. That's why the Galactic Union went to war, albeit too late. Bureaucracy had stopped the law from doing its job, and the men that were the most powerful with the deepest pockets held all the cards. It was a losing war from the beginning. My father disapproved of my actions. I wanted to serve the GU, I wanted to stop what it is that I had seen and heard, and though I was one man, I figured perhaps the best way was to learn how to command many. I'll save you the long story. I'm sure you know why it is that my head is wanted as it is.
I do.
I was a hot-headed senior commander. I took my battle when we were told to stand down. Took my ship, and I went deep into Sanidi's lines in order to destroy their warp gates. To give our people on the ground a fighting chance. My intel was off, and I disobeyed orders. I was told to stand down. The war was over, they said. But see, I had fought a long campaign, Leonard. It was not glorious, there was no glory in it, no honor. I saw planets glassed, escape shuttles destroyed in orbit, civilians killed for no reason, other than they were fleeing a Galactic Union target. And then, my final mistake. When I hit that warp gate, it was destroyed. I don't know how many tens of thousands of civilians I killed when I made that call. To this day, I don't know the number. And it sickens me to my very core that someone that could hold themselves to such a degree could also be called a mass murderer. But the part that they don't tell you, Mr. Leonard, is that before I did that, Suniti was planning to jump ships into orbit and glass every single planet that our soldiers had landed on. Their own core worlds. Their own core planets.
Right.
The other man that is being hunted by the name of Rook. You know him.
I do.
He was the one who told me this part of the information I never knew. I thought of myself the same as the world did. Criminal. He was with the ground forces that day, Mr. Leonard. He was a shock trooper for the GU. He made groundfall on the core worlds. And while I made a mistake that killed tens of thousands, millions more were saved. Millions. Now that does not extinguish what I did. The point of me giving you this story isn't for your pity either. We are on different sides of the coin. But the point is this, sir. Regardless of if I break the corporate power on Corvonis 3, which is a very long way away, even if in a perfect world came about, and the GU came back to power, I will be executed. And I will not resist them. Because it is my just due. But before I die, Mr. Leonard, I need to make sure there isn't another war like that, and I need to make sure that there aren't people like that in power. I don't care if I have to go from every bloody planet. Until the day I either die of old age, or am caught, or am successful. And I must prevent more of these atrocities taking place, otherwise what did my service mean?
That's your goal then.
Everybody in here has a story. Everybody out there has a story.
Your goal
The corporations used to test their weapons here, Leonard. They gassed these people.
I've read the reports.
Put them in quarantine.
I know.
Aye.
So that's your end goal, is it? Destabilize the corp hold on Corvinus 3. And what then?
Aye. It is. Enough for the Galactic Union to seize power. Turn their assets around.
One city on a death planet.
Aye. One city, one story.
What is your story? I
All the
happen
atrocities that are under the rugs, Leonard. People will find out.
to be privy to something you might find interesting. I don't know what you know, but Atlantis, they got a bit of a plan. Make profit off other people's suffering, I'm sure you won't be surprised. But it also serves the purpose of keeping the populace under control. Smile. You're on camera. Corvinus 3, Battle of Fates, I think they're calling it. This whole alien invasion, all the fighting, everything that comes from it. It's just a reality TV show. No reason to be worried about that. It's a huge event. Spending a lot of money on it. Plan to make a fucking killing. But that thing is going to be broadcast all over the galaxy. So if you have a story, I have worked in public compliance for a long time. I grew up hating the GU. Why? Because I used to tell myself that if the rebels stopped fighting, then maybe things would get better. I used to tell myself that if WOTO took control of Orbon 7, then maybe after that, things would settle down. But that's the thing about a rebellion, Mr. Locke. A rebellion isn't a couple of people with guns. 100, 1,000. It's a compelling fiction. It's a story that people can believe in. So if your story is just, we need to take one city on one planet, I'm sorry, but that's shite. People fight for all sorts of reasons, but the one thing that people like us forget is that people, just generally in their homes, they don't want to die for a cause. They don't want anything about this, they just want to be left the fuck alone. Most of the time, when my boys at WOTO, when anyone's boys pick someone up, it's because someone has dobbed them in, because they believe the corpse can protect them more than you can, or your lot.
See, here's the issue. That was the case, you were right. Perhaps a year ago, your words would be correct. A lot of people were ready to comply. If we stayed under the thumb, we would be safe. If we stayed under the thumb, we would have enough food. We'll be alright. But see, Mr. Leonard, there are people who have stayed under the thumb, and are still getting dragged away into the shadows. There are people who are not acting out, or still winding up dead. And the bodies are piling, and not even the biggest corporate tarp can cover them. It's getting to the point where even the most common man would rather die than be involved in this. And let me tell you, sir, there are a lot of people here. A lot who are armed. A lot who believe in a cause. And a lot who are willing to throw everything away to topple that flag.
Well then, in that case...
They will not be the only ones. Corvonis 3 would be the first to throw off a stranglehold by the corporation. Now, sure, let's say that you're correct and they want to broadcast this. Good. Let them broadcast it to every single person who wishes to watch. Let them spread this to every last person there. Because if it is Atlantis and all they care about is profiting off of suffering, then why the fuck would they let it stop at one planet? They won't. Atlantis, you know well they speak that perception is reality, sir.
Aye.
The people watching will perceive what they will, but there are too many who have suffered for long that will perceive exactly what they want. And what they want to see is that the corporations were booted off of Corvonis 3. And then it just takes one young man. A couple young men. A couple more young men who become old men, who are willing to keep fighting over and over and over again. Because it's an ideal. We may not go back to what the Union was. I don't expect that we will. But we cannot stay where we are, and you know that.
So what are you doing then?
We can't.
You're gonna start killing up a load of fucking corpse in the middle of an alien invasion. I'm sure that'll make you look great.
Have you seen me make a move at all?
I don't know what you've been up to, much to my shame.
Gathering information. I'm aware of these threats. In fact, what you were failed to be told was a lot of the information that came to them on the fringe planets came from myself. Even so, I have not made any moves to destabilize anything, because I understand there is a threat we cannot face without what we have.
We don't have much
But
time.
once it is dealt with,
I'd like to make a proposition, if I may, Mr. Locke. I'm expecting a promotion. Believe it or not. There's a combined effort going on. Something of a triumvirate. Mr. Goldman and, Atlantis CEO, if you know him. They've started to combine something of a defense force for the planet. It's a corporate endeavor, but only now are we starting weapons testing. We don't have much time. I am expected to lead those forces, Mr. Locke. I am expected to protect the interests of the triumvirate. And as always, that means profits first, people later. If I can keep you and your men abreast of these plans, if I can trust you to prove to these people that you can look after them where the corps will not, then that's the making of the sort of rebellion that I think you're after.
I've already done that several times, sir. Corporate personnel that have gone missing from the upper city are not dead. They have new lives. Some of them. Others I did not get to them in time. I will not tell you where they are, who they are. I cannot expect you to trust that, but that's all I can offer.
I am no use to anyone turning down this position. I am an aging man with a great many problems. I need to go back and do my job.
Leonard. Whoever's looking for you is on the teeth.
Right. That'll be, yeah. I won't disappear,
Keep an eye on this individual. I'll let you know what to do.
but I'll keep you in the loop. I intend fully to protect this planet. I mean that. And if, as part of that, we can send the message that there's someone else looking after the slummers' interests, that they're not powerless, that they can do something, well, we might be able to make that work.
When the threat is over, I intend to reveal myself fully. I will be broadcasting to the entirety of Corvonis 3. Everything that they need to see, an older man, cleaned up, in his old uniform. I will broadcast to the entirety of Corvonis 3. Exactly what they need to hear. Show them exactly what they need to be shown. And that's when things will begin in earnest. And if I have my way, it is only going to be the corporate heads. We both know that probably won't be possible.
Well, I don't have a future after this invasion. Same as you don't have a future after your invasion. I can make you a gap.
We have people who are very skilled in the work that they do. If you are able to give pertinent information, not that it matters. Any last messages or transmissions that might be buried, that may be important to you, we might be able to find them.
Don't bother.
Very well. The past is dangerous after all.
I intend to try and do my best to fight off this threat. I will try and help you prove that there might be something we can do about these corps. And that'll be good night. After that,
help me ensure that nobody endures what you have, Leonard.
Hey, I think I can do that. I believe my carriage is waiting.
It is.
Eyes on the outside. Are we clear to evacuate the building?
Good luck.
To you as well, Leonard. Stand by, making sure it's clear for you.
Don't worry.
It's not the question I asked. Are we clear to evac?
I think I'm fine to be found.
Very well. Good luck. And if something happens and your cover is blown, I don't need you dead. Find your way back down here.
Understood.
Seems like we are clear.
No. Go that way.
Oh,
Should take it
hello!
right there.
I believe you've got some people bothering you.
Oh.
I'm gonna go see if I can get them out of your hair. Hey, Simon. Must didn't recognize you in the light. Come with me.
Is that the
He was
demon?
looking for you. That is good.
No, normal manic. Just for advertising, guys. Calm down.
A lot of stuff
Oh, very nice.
has happened.
Aye,
What's down here?
that it has.
Ooh. I don't take that path. I'm not allowed to walk in the alleyways.
Oh, this is just behind the restaurant here. I go to take out the trash in this area.
Whoa. yeah.
I don't
For some
suppose
reason,
you've
when
got
I
any
walk around,
painkillers on you.
I get images flashing before my eyes. I was freaked out by one of them for a second.
Got accelerants.
Like,
I don't have
too much
anything
time
else.
in the shop. I need to de-stress.
Not quite what I'm after.
I know.
Thank you for looking after Simon here. I assume you've been following him around, have you?
I was trying to look for Bertram, and he was looking for you, so I figured we could go together since you were last with him. Do you know where Bertram is?
Aye, he headed out a short while ago. I'm sure he'll find you when he needs to. You look busy. Thank you then.
Should I leave you two?
If you
I will
wouldn't
head back
mind.
to the tea house.
Thank you. The tea was excellent,
I'll
by
come
the way.
and visit you later.
Sure.
Simon.
One second. I just want to make sure that Wes wasn't going along alone. She can stay at a distance. It's fine.
She looks like she's got a good thing sorted out for her back at that noodle shop. I owe him one as well.
Distancing. I am social distancing.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Everything looks the same down here.
Where are you trying to go?
We're taking him back to the...
Oh, alright. I was just about to ask if you've seen my bot anywhere.
Aye.
She went right back to the tea shop. I'm gonna come and see you guys later, so
Okay.
hopefully you'll be around by then.
Yeah. See you there.
Wisp, do you know which way back to your noodle shop from here? Aye, looks like...
Right there.
Bo's coming right away. In that case, we'll leave you to it. Me and Simon have got to have a bit of a chat. Thanks again, Wisp.
I'll come back and see you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Your friend. Congratulations.
Let's go. Wanna go down there?
Congrats.
Thank you.
Glad you found your friend.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
A bit,
Good
But,
luck.
I need to not be looking at that.
almost. Get that might be
Yeah.
a bit tight, you know?
Listen, I got a room at the motel. Perhaps we can speak there for a bit.
You know, the thing. We can talk here in the open. I don't mind.
Fine.
God, that fucking taxi, man. It knocks you damn off the road. How you feeling, Simon?
I'm very conflicted.
What if we have fun in the
Yeah.
Undercity? Wait, how many people are in the Undercity right now? Let me just check with my brain computer.
The traffic
Oh,
is
there's
okay. I just
41
checked.
people. There's 41 people in the Undercity right now. That's pretty high.
That's why I'm going alone to the Undercity.
You know,
Jeremy,
We'll make this quick. I've already scouted the place out. I
Alright.
suggest you cover your nose. Make sure we're not irking the locals. Yeah, fucking get out of the way. Hold on. Been trying not to seem too recognisable with the eye. Felt a lot good that did me. How old are you, Simon, if you don't mind me asking?
25.
Remember that. Lots of big ideas at 25. Let's keep our voices down. You don't need to get involved in this, Simon. You shouldn't get involved in this, Simon. I plan to go up to the upper city. I plan to go back to my job.
What?
I plan to talk to Goldman and Ricky and tell them that I've been approached by a group of highly competent Shadowrunners. I plan to tell them that these people sought to knock me by presenting information that they'd sourced about my family. I am going to tell them that I did not believe their reports, having looked at them more closely. And I am going to tell them that I am going to do everything within my power to get back at those fucks who started screwing with my head. I am going to go and make myself seen. See if I can take charge on whatever it is they brought back. Find out what I can. And I'm gonna be seen to be the man. Absolutely fit for a little job they have on offer. And I am gonna do this so you don't have to.
Leonard. Don't have to do that. Why? Why would you do that?
Simon, what are your plans right now? What do you want to happen?
I don't know what I want to happen right now.
No, you don't. You've got skin in the game. You've got a family on the line. You've got no plan. No arms, no forces, no nothing. What you need to do is sit tight and leave this one up to me.
I've already made moves, though.
What have you done?
I talked to Hadwin, and he and a lot of other people already know about the aliens, and he showed me armor that I'm trying to get him to reproduce for other people.
Good.
we're going to be.
So you've
I gave him
decided.
guard armor for WOTO.
So you've decided that you are going to fight the corpse, honey. You've
I don't know.
decided that there needs to be a change.
There needs to be a change, yes.
You've decided you're gonna arm untrained, unequipped, unsupported civilians.
I want to give them a chance to defend themselves. I'm not asking them to go to war with the corpse.
Good. Right, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. The plan is this. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna bite my fucking tongue. I'm gonna hold it first. I am going to channel the anger I will feel for every moment staying within that corporate building, looking at those prissy fucking towers, and I am going to feed every bit of information I can. You might not know about this yet, maybe I told you yesterday, I can't get it drunk, but there's a fucking triumvirate coming. Goldman, head of sea, Atlantis, Talaris, they're doing some sort of thing. They're starting a combined war effort to protect corporate interests and fucking fight for Corvanis 3. It's a corporate-led effort. They want me to be the general. They want me to fight to protect corporate interests. And what I am going to do is I am going to feed off every bit of information that I can down to the depths of the slums. I am going to let them know where they will not be protected. I will let them know that corp interests will come first, and the upper city will remain prissy and safe with all the guards that they want, and places like Scraptown, like the Undercity, will be left to fend for themselves like rabid dogs, and I am going to do this so that they can have a chance. You may or not have heard the announcement. Do you remember Ian?
Ian, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember.
CEO of Atlantis. That's a whole different story.
What?
He's been setting up a little bit of a game show that they've been working on. That's what they're doing. Atlantis, they're turning a fucking profit and all the fucking shit that's going down here. Our suffering, these people suffering, another fucking world, another fucking populace all needing to be kept under control. It's Corvanis 3, Battle of Fates, smile, you're on TV. They're gonna televise the whole fucking thing. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna make people believe that this is all fake. That it's the best reality TV show ever done. It's gonna keep people under control. It's gonna show exactly what they want people to see. It's gonna show the corps gloriously proving that they can work together and look after people's interests. It's gonna show slummers fighting against the corps, dying when they should be staying at home, remaining calm and complicit. And that is going to be broadcasted all over the galaxy. But I plan to send them a very different message. I met an old friend of ours. Turns out things have been simmering beneath the surface. If we can show the galaxy what the people of this death world are made of, if we can show the galaxy that with the information I will be funneling down, that slummers can look after themselves, that they can fend for themselves. They don't need the corpse to keep them safe, for the corpse will not keep them safe. And if that's shown all the way across the galaxy, then maybe that'll be something. can finally start putting things right. So that's the plan, Simon.
It makes sense. It's a good plan.
I'm sorry.
No, do you have anything to be sorry about?
No. Simon, I once knew a man not far from your age. He was young. His head was full of all sorts of ideas. He thought that if he could pick up a gun and as long as he had the best's interests at heart, then he'd be able to put everything right. He saw the world, saw the death squads, saw the killings. And even after all that fear, he still thought he could do something about it. Unfortunately, people don't want to fight. People want to be safe. And another man, he feared a great deal for what the corps would do if they found out he was related to this man. He looked at his brother, full of pride and stupid ideas. And he thought, who can protect me better? This jumped up, this loud-mouthed, brash prick of a dickhead of a fucking brother of mine. Or the corps who look after this world. And he sold him out. Because he just wanted to be safe. He wanted his family to be safe. Thinking it back now, maybe that man was, maybe he had a point. But he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. You are a food safety manager for a corp specializing in food production. If you're gonna do this, Simon, it might be that that's long after I'm gone. You need to think about it. You need to be better situated. And you need to have a plan. We don't make moves without thinking. Especially
Okay.
when there's people on the line. Let Uncle Len handle this one, Simon. I need to get my suit. Don't know where I've parked my fucking car. Surprised it didn't get fucking picked up. Alright, you sorted. You, got business here, or are you heading back up?
I have business here.
Alright, good. That way we don't have to turn up together.
Okay.
Just keep thinking.
I will.
Speak soon.
Yeah.
Before you actually hurt yourself.
We need some. I mean, I'd like some tea. Anybody else? Anybody else?
You could get something you could eat.
I think I need another. Could you put
alcohol in it, please? Thank you.
Yes, I need the people down in Scraptown. I'm visiting down there. They have to order my stuff in. I was coming to see if you had anything that I need. I need daily. I need it every day.
What medication did you need, sir?
Immunosuppressants. No, immunosuppressants.
This is my punishment, is it? Tormented by two ghosts of my fucking brother. Fuck. Talwyn. I know you never liked it when I lied.
Not a fucking surprise. Oh, God. This man won't stop fucking eating things. He just wants to keep eating fucking.
But I'm afraid
What can I say?
donuts, sandwiches.
need to keep it going a while longer. I'll be home soon. I'm gonna need some fucking painkillers.
Mr. Leonard, I presume?
Aye. That's
Turn
me.
around very slowly.
I'm unarmed.
I believe Atlantis would like to speak to you.
Hey.
Heading back up top, I'd suggest going to see them first. Eyes are always watching.
Understood. Thanks for the concern. I'll be right along. All right. If they've got a story, if they think there's something legitimate they can do, now's the time for them to prove it. If I can keep the people of this planet safe, slummers included, if they can help with that, maybe they're in with a chance.
I'm afraid I'm the only one in the upper city, most likely.
I was
Good to see you, Leonard.
instructed to hit up here. One of your men downstairs
Oh, yes.
had eyes on me.
Give me a second to see if I can contact, Mr. Reynolds.
Aye, if you would. Am I really gonna let them get to Ricky and Goldman? Is that what people want to see? Heads rolling. Surely Atlantis had shut that off.
Oh, he's busy at the moment? I'm not busy, but he needs... Because, need, Shinny for Mr. Reynolds' situation. Oh, you need Shinny specifically. Alright. Yeah, he's busy. Yeah. You're good. Oh, he's busy. Alright. Then I will let them know that. Thank you, Faith. You're amazing. Seems like Mr. Reynolds is busy at the moment.
Not to worry. Well,
Sadly.
he knows where to find me. I'm not going to be running off anytime soon.
Of course.
If he needs to get a hold, well, sure it's sorted out. How's everything going anyway? Preparations going well?
Oh. When did you get here? By chance, to the upper city today?
Just about 20 minutes ago.
Did you just get here?
Aye.
And I have some information to give you. Let's grab a drink.
Sure.
I need one anyways.
Aye, I could use something like that. Who's that? I think I've seen him around from time to time.
Craver. He's a trusted person in Kyoto.
Gentlemen.
Craver.
Good day.
If you would want that drink.
Aye, thanks.
Hope I'm not stepping
I'm
into
about to
some
update.
conversation.
I'm about to update him on the situation that just went on in the upper city.
Traffic getting in was nuts.
he just arrived.
You missed all the fun.
Basically.
I'm not gonna lie.
The fun.
Missed all the fun.
Basically,
Right.
in short, under a couple sentences, the WOTO tried to quarantine the alien while Large shielded it in a container. It breached in the Mars arena. it was attacking people.
Right.
And then we shot it down.
Right, so,
I almost ordered an emergency broadcast evacuation. I was one button away from it.
Right. And I take it we are feeling greatly encouraged about our chances as a result of this altercation.
Well, we found out how to get rid of it, for one.
Uh-huh. I'm all ears.
Traditional weapons, actually.
What?
It seems to be able to absorb magic in a way. But with Mars and Kyori weaponry, we were able to get rid of it.
I
And it only took
Although
5 head of securities, a shit ton of security guards, and a lot of ammo to kill
I
one of
was
those.
gonna say, I watched a car full of that thing get shot again and again and again, and the thing not fucking die. So it's just not just conventional weaponry, but quite a fucking lot of it by the sound of it.
Yes. They had to get all weapons trained on it.
Right, so if it comes to us nice and bunched up in an arena, and we happen to have highly
the sad thing about
militarized
it
personnel
is
about the
it
place,
seems like it might have been a scout.
Fucking right, yeah, no, I think we could pretty much surmise that much. A scout.
It says that they do not have any time, that they're running out of time.
It says.
Apparently the...
What do you mean it says?
It talked. According to Blaine and some others.
I have seen that on the footage I've seen in the past. Using human corpses. Who died?
Not sure. It was a big body, said, unskinned. It just looked like muscle. It was a huge muscly...
What, and it just formed into it, did it? Or like, did it possess someone? Or like,
yes,
what
it
happened?
formed from the crate.
It formed
was
its
inside
own
of a
body
crate.
to speak to you.
Apparently so.
Right. Right. Great.
And I hope those weapon shots I'm hearing is not anything new.
I hope so as well. Apparently the plan to take care of the situation is Mars makes a bomb, Lars does some magic shit to it, bada bing,
We're making
bada
a
boom,
nuke.
the plan's done.
So we're just gonna nuke the damn thing.
Apparently as well,
So
there's
Nita's
another
gonna last the
operation.
golden lads.
We are going to separate a spacefaring, incredibly durable being all over the surface of this planet with a magical nuke. That's our plan. That's our best bet,
Not
isn't
just this planet if we do that. It's every fucking planet around us.
it? Oh, right. So we're starting a whole bloody ecosystem for the damn thing.
So it would seem.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And this
That's
is
their
really
plan,
our
and
best
they're gonna
plan.
go through it. That's what they think it is.
Right.
However,
They're kind of stupid.
That's
there
so.
are other people who have another plan.
So it said it was.
Phil.
He said it was running out of time. Like, is it running out of time? Are we running out of time? Is there some sort of resource it needs?
They are running out of time.
They?
So they might not... They're afraid and they might attack earlier than they mentioned.
Right. Okay. So, this just compounds. We are extremely late in the day for the amount of fucking mysteries we've had going on. What about Sunidi? Like, have they been monitoring this thing or not? I mean, they've taken on a shitload of staff, so I thought that maybe they'd be scanning the fucking thing from head to bloody toe at this point. Following it across the space systems, trying out different weapons and shit. Have they told us anything?
Yeah, Sunidi seems to be the ones that know the situation the most.
Right.
After all.
I best go around and make a
They,
call.
after all, had to have the decision of an evacuation, so they had to know everything.
So, they've sat on that information for how
Hello.
long now until they could scare us into buying fucking plane tickets? Alright. Sorry. Well,
So,
it's very
is
good.
this about the sound equipment?
No. I wouldn't trust you with anything to build. That will go to the Union. I was here looking for Flounder.
Flounder is not in the upper city at the moment. I apologize.
Where is he?
Dude, don't know. He was sent with someone else on a mission.
You sent Flounder on a mission of all things.
I didn't. How though?
You know better.
Presumably
Forgive me,
has
I
some
didn't
use.
mean to interrupt.
Not to worry. So,
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
I'll take your word for it.
I mean, he's kind of entertaining. He's kind of entertaining to mock, and he gets upset and falls over randomly. That's kind of fun.
Well, yes, he's
Kind
an
of
entertainment bot. He's supposed to entertain who wants to be entertained, so if you like
definitely
entertained
get
that way,
entertained.
he'll...
Right.
Yes.
That's why I was looking for him, actually.
He caters to everyone. Yes.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna go find out more about what the fuck going on, so I'll wish you all a good day and go and fucking drill Sadidi some fucking you assholes.
I'll pay you to do it.
I might take you up on that offer, but I'll do this for free. Suppose this has got to come first. No. Darwin, you remained strong for all those years for me. I think I'm gonna need some of that now. Let's go.
Incoming call from Mr. Reynolds.
Mr. Reynolds, I was told you were busy.
Leonard. We're always busy with something. How are you holding up?
It's gonna take time.
Where are you right now?
I'm in WOTO's head offices. I'm just about to try and get some more information on the situation. I hear it's been busy up here, eventful.
Yeah, enough that Suniti was moving a warship over Mars headquarters just in case things got out of hand. It's been pretty bad up here.
Aye, I've got a few words to have with Suniti myself.
I imagine. Here's what I've got for you, and I'm gonna make this really terse so you can get back to what you're doing. Right now, I need you to make sure that you're in the best headspace for you. Now, you and I both know that you might have some motives, and that's fine. I respect it. I understand it. And who knows where your headspace is really going to take you with the news that we found out, right?
Aye.
But what I need to do is make sure that you and I can do the best we can to be effective with each other.
I know.
If we can do that, we'll be all right.
Mr. Reynolds.
Yeah.
I am currently recovering from an unprompted attack by, the slummers. They have been seeking to manipulate me by feeding me information that they have gathered in their research into me and my family. They have tried to break my resolve by telling me that my family is dead. I intend to make them pay for it.
Very well.
Perception.
Next time you stop by Atlantis facility, I've got something for you.
Thank you, Mr. Reynolds, for your consideration.
I've got you, Leonard. Your credentials will be waiting at the door.
Thank you.
Let me know how the meeting goes.
Will do.
Oh, and before you go, one last thing. You're going to notice a DM note here that you're receiving a file. It's combat footage from the Mars arena involving it's basically titled Alien Specimen Battle. This is combat footage from Blaine's own headpiece. I managed to acquire it. This is essentially the best view you're going to get of what transpired at the arena involving one of the alien samples. It grew into a monster, tried to kill people, appeared to be feeding off of magic as well. It just keeps getting better.
Well, that's just tickety fucking boo, innit? I'll need to review this later. Thanks for the...
Yeah, it's yours to look at.
Thanks for the eyes. I'll be around Atlantis later on.
Of course, Leonard. We'll talk more later.
Aye.
Very well. See you then.
See ya. This is Leonard calling in, returning to the upper city from business. I'm in the main offices, looking to rendezvous. Mr. Gomez, sir. Silent. That means that they're busy.
On my way, Leonard.
Huh? What? What is it? Sorry. Swear he was in front of me. Sir, I'm in the corporate offices. Where can I find you? Ah. Apologies, sir. My eye seems to be playing tricks on me.
Well, that's quite all right.
I understand.
What have you been up to? I haven't seen you in days, I feel.
Yeah, I've been, it's been a tricky time, sir. I understand you've been quite busy yourself, so I keep it short. These slummers, they've been, well, they've been playing dirty tricks. They've been researching.
Right?
They've been researching us, sir. Looking into the backgrounds of us, relatives, stories, anything that they can use to try and get a fucking edge, if you'll excuse my language. They,
I will.
saw fit to forward me reports of my, family's demise in an effort to skew me, sir. And
I don't follow.
My family's been held on a WOTO farm world, where I come from, Orbon 7. I've been unable to speak to them for some time on account of, well, secure transmissions across a lot of space. It's the sort of thing that's in company policy to avoid corruption and things such as this. Well, it turns out that they're quite resourceful, these fuckers, and they forwarded me the files, yeah. Allegedly.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Wife is, my daughter is, I'm sorry, sir, it's taken some time to adjust.
No, I understand. Who did this, Leonard?
I was following some files. Thought it might be the Brass King, trying to tip us off to something else. I headed down, make a rendezvous, do a bit of a pickup. There was a garbage dumper they were using, saying that if I went there it would teach me something I needed to know. Had a call on it, something to follow up on, which I very much will be, if I needed to talk further. I intend to make every use of that contact to find who the fuck has been trying to screw with my head.
As you should.
I can't be doing with this. Nothing on a time like this. I understand your own mission was successful. People have been talking about the outbreak of the arena. I damn say I could have been there.
It was not exactly an outbreak, it was a contested situation. But yes, Leonard, I want you to know something. You will have the full resources of WOTO Corporation to find the people responsible and to deal with them in a way that you see fit.
Thank you, sir. That means a great deal. I am,
Indeed.
honored by your continued support. On that matter, it was mentioned to me that, this thing is speaking. It's, talking to us. Is that correct? Said something about, running out of time.
Yes, indeed, at the end of the, exchange at the arena, it vocalized that. It also was able to get into the head of, one of the Talaris, mages. This thing is intelligent, and we cannot underestimate an intelligent adversary, you understand? But, I think we have a plan, in effect, in motion, that will deal with this problem.
Aye.
We just need a little more time.
I, rendezvoused with Craver from Kyoto. Met him in passing. He let me know the rundown of the experience. Something to do with a magic bomb, sir.
Indeed. I'm surprised that that word is getting out so far, but it is what it is. And, you know, anyone that would be opposed to eliminating an alien threat that seeks to destroy this planet would be, well, frankly, goddamn insane. So hopefully people are on the same page about this. And I'm not too worried about the information getting out. Because, for one thing, makes me look a little better, because the whole thing is under my umbrella.
Sir, if I may, Sinidi have been monitoring this thing for some time. They came offering us plane tickets before they offered us any further information they have gleaned about the Xeno. Has any action been taken? I had hoped that with their increased employee count, that they may have been learning something more, scanning this, doing advanced reports or something of the like. All I seem to be getting from them is fear-mongering evacuation packages. You know,
Yes,
I have my
indeed.
suspicions about Sinidi, sir. And,
Of course.
I dare
as you
say
should.
if my
And I do as well.
investigation into who has been hacking and trying to find out more about WOTO personnel leads back to Sinidi, I shall not be surprised.
Indeed. Listen, Leonard. So need something that I'd like to call a loose end. They've got a lot of fraying on their ropes, and you know a rope is only as strong as all the strands together. You understand? And so, right now, this loose end, this frayed rope, is starting to drag us down. However, until we have no further use of the rope, we can't make moves on it. We have to assure that we get this presidency secured, we get this cooperation of corporations secured, and only after that can we put into effect the things that we've spoken about before.
Aye.
And one of those things that I'd like to clean up is Sinidi Corporation. You see, their run of things doesn't mesh well with me.
No.
You know me, I'm a shooter, a businessman. What they are is an affront to the corporations.
I hear
So,
tell,
if
sir.
you're concerned, yes, please.
I hear tell that they have breakfast together every day within their offices, rather than meeting in a boardroom. It seems like a peculiar state of affairs.
What?
That was my thoughts exactly, sir. They like to pretend to be one big happy family round the breakfast table.
You know, we had issues this morning. We had that sample brought to our lab, and we were desperate for more hands on deck to secure them. Talaris came in late, but they came in force. We had Mars show up bright and early. Goddamn good ally, them.
Aye.
Nirvana came in a little bit later, and finally, after everything had transpired, essentially, Sinidi shows up late as hell. You know, it's one thing to be punctual. It's another thing to be late, but present. And there's another thing entirely to fucking blow it all for a goddamn morning brunch.
Aye, sir. It does
And
not
I
bode
assume
well.
That's what they were doing.
I would not be surprised, sir.
Very well.
The sample, I take it is now contained.
It is destroyed.
Destroyed. And I am to
But we
understand
got what we
that
needed
the
from it.
application of sufficient firearms proved to be sufficient.
Indeed. We've learned a few things which formulated our plan. One, we know that it hates the cold, and it is killed by fire. We also know that it is weak to magic. So, the plan is thus. We use Quixote Cryotech infused with gloop regenerative samples to steer this creature in a direction that is predictable and, well, it's predictable. And we bring it in to a Mars and Talaris bomb that we can only use in atmosphere. So essentially, we have to see the whites of this thing's eyes before we shoot it, if you catch my meaning. So we're bringing it here to eliminate it, because it's the only chance we have.
Understood.
Unfortunately, that means, well, a few things. We're gonna be dealing with this thing, and if we Got it wrong? Well, that's it then.
Forgive me, sir.
Too late. It'll already be here.
This bomb, I mean, as large as it can be, it sort of assumes they're coming in a single vessel. Has Sunidi confirmed that?
What we know is that it is a fleet, but a hive mind with a center or a core or a brain.
Aye.
Our goal is to hopefully eliminate that center with the bomb.
I hear conflicting reports on the, well, first of all, some people have said that this thing is fed upon magic. Is that not the case?
That is the case. However, that is only when sustainable mana. Listen, you're gonna have to forgive me. I forget a little bit of this hoodoo magic-y stuff, but I seem to understand that when there is sufficient mana to be drained from, that this thing is able to do so. However, magical attacks such as fire or lightning, etc., are more effective than conventional weapons.
I see. And sir,
It can't absorb something coming in to destroy it.
one other question, if I may. I understand that taking out the center
Please
of
keep him running.
I understand that taking out the center of the hive mind has much credence when it comes to destroying the enemy, leaving them in disarray. But we have proof here on this very planet that this thing is able to exist in isolation for a very long time. What proof have we that taking out the hive mind will incapacitate the rest of the fleet? Weaken it, surely, but we're not expecting them all to just drop dead.
We have no proof, Mr. Leonard.
So therefore, regardless of what effort we take, we need to make sure that we rally a ground defense, just in case those fragments land.
I believe so. I believe that would be prudent. Yes, unfortunately, we are all in. This poker game is going one way or another, but our chips are on the table, and we're running out.
Understood. In that case, we need to make sure
We're
that we have a
hoping
network on
this
the
bomb will
ground.
be enough. Yes, I think contingency plans should start to be enacted as soon as possible. If you'd like to lead that effort, have you given any thought to my proposal?
Aye, sir, and I would be more than willing to take the mantle. This newfound fuckery on behalf of slummers has filled me with a certain rage that I feel dealing with some Xeno scum could quench. I would be honored to
Good.
take this mantle, sir.
Good.
Do you know who it is who is
Then-
spearheading the the bomb effort? Is there a team that is already assembled to take it into the belly of the beast?
It's a bit convoluted. So, like I said, Quixote, cryo bombs, steering this thing. It gets here. Mars and Talaris R&D teams, that's Luca, that's Damien, are working on the bomb. We detonate the bomb. That is transported using Sanity tech, and there's no team delivering this thing directly. I think we're trying to use missile and a silo. But we have to wait till it's in atmosphere, or else the incantation from Talaris will be voided in the vacuum of space.
Well, how the hell is this thing? Forgive me, sir, again, but this thing is highly advanced. It has hacked our systems within seconds. What proof have we that A, that it won't take control of this very bomb for itself using its advanced networking, and number two, it won't use one of the lesser vessels on the fleet to protect itself? If it is a hive mind, it'll gladly fucking sacrifice a smaller part of itself to prevent this thing from ever making itself to the target. We're gonna have to blow a hole through to the center one way or another.
There's a lot of unknowns, Mr. Leonard, but we have no further course of action unless you want to bring something to the table. If you have a solution for these problems that you're presenting, poking holes in this isn't productive unless we have something to fill it with.
Aye, sir, I intend, if I am to act in the capacity described, to arrange something of a council. A war council, if you will, whereby we will iron out this in detail and make sure that the right experts are dealing with the matters where they are best suited.
Absolutely.
This
Fantastic idea.
Your presidency, sir. It would not do not to account for every obstacle.
Indeed. Very well. Well, 2 people on there. Luca, Damien.
Aye.
Easy. Who else do you need?
I'll reach out to some of the heads of security and more of some of the military chiefs. See if we can grab them together. Arrange something of a summit. I'll put a email out on the corp broadcast this evening and see if we can arrange something in the Union Tower. For the time being, though, it would be good to, it'd be good to catch up with a few people who've seen this thing itself. I regret not being able to watch it face to face. It seems that once again I'm reduced to seeing this thing in fucking videos. Do you know what happened to Ricky and Manu? Did they make it back from the mission safe?
Oh, yes, yeah, that mission, yes. They're on a new one now. They're investigating the volcano. Some activity has been spotted, rumbling and smoke coming out. We believe that it's getting close to blow, and we need to eliminate that fire spirit before it can do any harm.
I heard reports that Mars had impacted this fire spirit. Has it resurfaced, or is there a larger threat than the one that they themselves faced?
Oh, yes, I believe I was told something along the lines of it wasn't the same spirit. It was a different one.
More fucking spirits coming out of the woodwork, just what we bloody need. Right, so I take it Ricky's taking charge of that one. Sir, may I ask you, you have Damien's ear on a lot of these matters. How has he reacted to Ricky's involvement with all this? It seems very much like he's treading on Ternari soil.
Well, I have spoken with Mr. Damien about it, and he's told me, in fact, that in some weird way, Mr. Ricky has actually formed a bit of a man himself, and I don't really know the extent of that, but yes, we are still in cooperation with them. This isn't a Ricky effort. This is still a combined effort. We have top mages from Talaris also involved and boots on the ground.
Understood. So Ricky goes to this mission with your full blessing, then, am I to understand, sir?
I would say so.
I am glad then a resolution could have been reached. I'll go and see if I can get anything out of Mars. I'd like to learn something of the site if possible. Unless you need any help with anything else, sir.
No, just got a meeting in about, fairly soon, actually. With, somebody else.
Well.
Yeah. So, I'll put it to you then to find out this, war council of yours.
Aye.
Now, of course, we can't be naming it as such until the time that the presidency is secured, but having things ready for when we gain that power will be useful.
Absolutely. I shall put it forward as a neutral space to align on our efforts.
Good.
Rather than a directed force as such.
Very good.
Well, if there is nothing else then, sir, I will take my leave. It is with my apologies that I must express that I have not been here to assist over the past few days, but you must understand that I have been indisposed.
Yes. Mr. Leonard, I will say, in light of your situation, you are forgiven.
Thank you, sir. That means a great deal. I will make up for lost time, sir.
Good.
Best of luck on your meeting. That is not what I expected. Ricky and Goldman seeing eye to eye. Goldman forgiven me. Good day, Unit.
Hello, Mr. Leonard.
Fred, hi.
Fred, yes. I came here to ask about we were talking with Mr. Simon about this, a possible paint job in the WOTO colors.
Should be easy enough to sort out.
Okay.
I read from the reports that the area that you have been stationed has been quite hostile towards WOTO efforts in the past. Are you sure that things have died down enough that you're happy to take the colours?
I mean, they don't really... There isn't really much aggression towards my shop. I've seen Mr. Simon down there, and there doesn't seem much has gone on. He even worked with some of the stores down there. He helped work with the Mushroom People store, the noodle shop, and the tea shop. And it looked like it seemed okay, though. I did see one guy get shot at. He wasn't WOTO, he was a different corporation.
You're
At least I think he had.
If your
he had a
diagnostic really reveals that you believe it's safe, then by all means we should be able to approve the funding. It'd be good to have you back in corporate colours. But no, this will be on your head if not. It costs more to repair you than it does to handle you being a slightly wonky colour for a while.
Oh, well then.
I don't want you getting vandalised.
Maybe I could go ask around. Maybe I could go ask around, see what they would think.
You have full
that.
reasoning capacities, yes? You are able to make judgments.
Some, yeah. Yeah.
Fair.
Though.
Well, in that case, as long as you can justify...
They didn't...
As long as...
It seems like they didn't really care much about it. I mean, they really just see me as just another person running a store. Even like I've seen Ricky with who was it? QB, the mascot down there one time. Didn't seem like there was much aggression. Just intrigue with it.
Right.
So.
Well, if that's the case, and you believe that there's no risk that you're going to be vandalized, then sure, whatever. Let's get you back in the proper colours. Can't have you looking like you're repping Senidi forever, or worse, the Union. Yeah.
I understand.
See yourself
also,
to the provisioner and we'll make sure you get changed back.
Yes. Which way will that be?
You want to head inside or the right? I'll buzz you in. Hold on a second.
Also, I had a talk with some of the property people there. Apparently,
come on down.
A store has opened up more in the center of the row. Well, it might be open up. One of the guys there has passed away, and the other guy who runs it hasn't been seen for a long time. If it's open, maybe we could move the store to a more central location. Probably better for business.
I see.
But I'd have to have a meeting with you guys and.
I didn't realize Fred units came with spatial analyzers. You've been optimized to be able to deliver vending to based on location and plans as well.
Actually, that was just an idea given to me by another person. Her name was Zia. I think she runs the courier shop down there. She said the idea, and looking at it seemed like a good idea. Though.
How's the area? Lots of footfall?
It does seem like a lot of people go around there. Sometimes people also congregate around the elevator plaza area, but probably not for long, really. They just go in and out because that's like one of the main ways to go from the road to either upper or undercity.
Well, as long as you think it's going to make a difference, we can look into making the request. We got to be careful around there. There's a lot of corp interest. If we start setting up too many shops down there, then it's likely to get other people feeling antsy, particularly after the diamond acquisition. Right, I'll run the program. Let's see if we can get you coloured up properly. I think I remember how to use these things. It's been a fucking while. Alright. Fucking hell. Right, there we are. Fucking hell, I've seen Simon do this before plenty of times. Come on. Looking through the fucking foot. Alright, there we go. There we go.
Alright.
It's not so fucking hard. Alright, just cleared the airspace of the air particulates. Make sure that fucking Ricky doesn't find out that I've been in his lab. Spray sequence initializing. Ooh, new scans. And there we have it. Man properly repping the colour is good to see.
Indeed.
How the fuck do I close this down?
Looks nice.
Hey.
Thank you, sir.
Not so worry.
So I'll be getting back to the store now.
Of course, and
Also, something I saw in the row. Watch out when people suddenly ask you to sign contracts. There's one guy who, he was the corp guy who got shot. He apparently signed one for a guy called Dagu, and the contract said he could do basically anything at Tolaris and Undercity. And the guy, the corp guy, I think his name was Jeremy, didn't even read the contract first, so his fault, I guess.
It's always good news to hear that one of our competitors is slipping up. See that you don't do the same.
Seriously, he did not even read the contract, he just signed with no second thought.
Nah.
That sounds like a horrible idea. Well,
fair.
Thank you, sir, and I shall see you later.
Fair enough. I have urgent meetings to attend over at one of the other HQs, so I trust that you can find your own way to the
good luck
access tunnels.
Pardon me?
Hold on quickly, I'll scan you out. Don't need getting bullet marks in the fucking paperwork just yet.
Actually, Simon gave me the ability to give me access to go through these two. So
oh, did he? Alright, well.
I could also scan. Yes.
We'll have to talk to
him
him about
authorization.
that. Well.
Oh, really?
Good stuff that we're leaving corp gate authorization protocols down in our vending machines in the row. I will need to have a chat with Simon about that. Not to worry about yourself. Alright, well.
Well, thank you, sir, and I shall see you later.
Ah, yes. And let us know about if there's any developments involving those spaces. Might be good to get a couple more shops down there.
Moving around.
No, it does not make sense that was Len's priority right now. But Nexus playing Fred, man, he vents that shop all day, every day. Fucking doing his thing. The man's earned himself some respect. Right. And this is the scene of the action, is it? Still, though, Ricky and Goldman working together. The walk. What did he mean? Goldman. The things he's been up to. I know he's been up to no good. If Ricky takes charge and Goldman's out the way on the presidency, what the fuck are you saying, Len? But you're already looking after one WOTO employee, aren't you? Damn it. Damn it. Fucking hell, Goldman. Why'd you have to go and be human? I wonder how many more stories there are like mine. Things that Goldman is complicit in. Things that I'm complicit in. That the people like me would be complicit in. The fuck? Well now, clear your fucking mind. Damn it. Let's go fucking union. Right the fuck not. Well, this is it, is it? The big fucking glorious union, is it? It's gonna be the better answer. But these monsters need to be kept in check. Gregor even said that the corps are to some degree necessary. They are necessary. They're our infrastructure. Think about it, Len. Think about the things you've seen. balance of power has to change. It's what you've seen. It's how the corps do it. They find people with power and either win them on side, or take them out and take it from them. At the last time the power changed, the corps didn't completely wipe out the Union. They killed Billy and Shore. But they didn't wipe him out. Because they had a use. So who gets to survive? I don't know much about Norman Flint. But if even he, Gregor, thinks that it may be corpse worth saving, then there has to be more. But Ricky and Manu, some of them. Is Goldman one of them? You're fucked in the head, Len. Hi. Sorry, do you work here?
Yeah.
Hi, I was looking to connect with, some members of the Siniti team. I don't know if you know if anyone's in for a meeting.
I know Mr. I know Alec just left. Like, Mr. Myth just left. Mr. B went to his checkup. Hoya is currently out for the day, for right now, and Mr. H is currently in the Undercity or the Wasteland. I'm not too sure.
What's your capacity at the company, if you don't mind me asking? I don't think we've met.
Oh, my name is Nina Winters. I work for the data entry. Well, I normally do like cargo and transportation, but I help with data.
Right. I don't suppose I can ask you a few questions, Nina.
Sure.
Have you got somewhere we can sit down? Perhaps I've been on my feet a lot today.
Sure, we can go to the office real quick.
Sure, that'd be good. It would be, just some cursory information. That's all I need. You'll have to excuse me, I'm not quite as spry as yourself.
Oh, that's okay.
I see the yellow everywhere, but it's actually weird seeing a needy boy in green.
I don't know. Great, wonderful, thanks. Shit. I'm always just missing him, aren't I?
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting firearm.
Eh, well, I'll fetch him another time. Apparently you're missing people. You got a friend?
Yeah,
No, ma'am.
We were just headed to the office together, I'm expected.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry.
It's a curious sidearm you carry.
Okay.
Which one?
Left hip.
It was a gift.
Huh.
Sentimental thing.
Aye, well, hope you were good friends. Things look like it's, near about ready to blow up in your face. Be careful now.
Eh, you'd be surprised.
I like to avoid surprises when it comes to my firearms, personally, but, well, best of luck with it.
Like I said, sentimental, and it, good for what it is. Alright,
Is that a
sorry, I won't
fork?
bother you then.
That's okay.
Actually, at the risk of pulling a gun on you, may I want me to show you?
Sure, why not?
It's actually a spork.
A spork? Well, in that case,
Yeah.
all of my questions are at ease. And I have no further questions
Well,
about
you
this
know,
firearm.
when I tell people I want them to eat lead, it, you know, I got a spork for 'em.
Well, the joke is not lost. Do you work for one of the corps up here, do you, or,
Unfortunately, no. I'm just a delivery girl. I had a delivery from Mr. Myth, and apparently he is not in, so
interesting
I'll head
attire
back
and
downstairs.
arms for a delivery girl?
It's a dangerous place in the Undercity, and the Row, and the Wastelands. I
Yeah.
get around a lot.
That's what you look like. You look, equipped for danger.
I appreciate it.
Excellent.
If
well, I
you
wish
have
you and your
anything to
spork
deliver, and you don't want to get your hands dirty,
Do you know what? Actually, I might. There's a chap in the wasteland called Hank. I'm gonna need someone to do some runs for. Do you know him?
I can figure it out.
Hey.
What they look like.
He's hard to miss. He's got half a scorpion wedged in his arse by the looks of it. Glows purple.
That
All about
one.
my arm.
Yep, no, I know that one.
Aye. Well,
He's
if you,
not someone you easily forget.
he's looking into one or two things for me at the moment. If you find him and tell him Len sent you, know you'll be rewarded for handsomely for bringing up anything that he has for me. as
Of
part
course,
of that
as long
particular
as they have the
project.
credentials to get up here.
Hey, well, you send a message up in
was
advance
the
or
name?
whatever, and we'll see
Hey,
you
it's
get
just
sorted out.
people that we was looking for.
The name's Len.
What was the name?
Len Kiani. If you say Leonard sent you, you should know who you're talking about. And if you can keep this schnock, there is a lot more credits in it for you.
Oh, I'm a looker.
Here we go. That is a
Alright.
curious day in the Upper City today, apparently.
Actually.
Well, I'll see you anyway. Best of luck
Goes
to
in a-
you, your spork, and your
interesting-
actual gun. I hope the sentimental doesn't blow up in your face.
Navigate or teach people to navigate the
Ammo. I hope
guess
they don't blow up in your face.
wasteland?
Take care.
Sure, baby.
Around.
Alright.
Around, hon.
That was simple.
You are Waterman. It is good to see you,
Right.
Waterman.
Hi, how's it going? That was very fast, very close. How are you doing? Is that a scorpion around your neck?
Is it? Yeah, I ate them. Do you want one?
No, I'm good, thanks.
This looks like a man that wants to eat a scorpion.
He sounds like the gulls I used to fight a long time ago. Listen to you. Ah.
I'm sorry if
What are you doing here?
I'm bringing up any difficult memories. I was just coming for a quick meeting at Sinidi. Nothing more, nothing less. A couple
What are you so needy with them?
That was a stretch.
Thank you.
No. Oh, well.
Oh, come on. That was a good. Did they laugh? You're the only one that didn't laugh.
Aye, yeah, well, maybe it's just not my sort of humour. Is that another bug on your shoulder? I'm not going to ask. It's all good. It's interesting that you can afford such armaments and attire, and your lady friend here goes so barren.
It's a waste.
Does not give you cash for food, or oh, right, I see. Honestly,
So he just doesn't like to overheat, you know?
I see. I was going to say I haven't been in
I
the
don't like
wasteland myself.
overheating.
I think wearing the armor would probably be on the safer side,
Who's
given the
coming
size of
in?
some of the fucking worms out there. But aye.
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
Right.
Anyway, speaking of pretty bad things in the wasteland, let's go. She said that you guys wanted to employ me. They said that they wanted to employ me in. Let's go towards successful employment.
Yeah, alright, that sounds good. Actually, let me make sure I can even
Would you-
find her.
You're still good
Would you
to
like to come in
have
with
a
us? We're
chat.
having a
Sorry for
group
that
meeting.
problem. Yeah, we can talk about something else.
This is Blaine and Mr. Myth, are you around?
We can
Cousin,
talk in the meeting room.
Sure, let's go.
Oh, all right.
Just right this way.
Thank you.
Hope you're doing
Okay.
Are you at the
Alright.
Where the hell are we going?
I don't know. We have to wait for those.
I'm sorry, you'll have to just wait. My knees aren't quite what they used to be.
Okay.
You're a Corvanis native then? Or what?
No, well, not exactly. I was raised here.
Right. I suppose people from Sindidia are like us, not from all over the place.
Yeah.
Starlight Complex, is it? Room on the left?
Yep, it's this one.
Aye. Well, it was just a quick catch-up, really. Obviously, we are, all very much, concerned about this, attack that has been imminent for some time. Do you mind if I sit down?
Sure.
Right, well, I have to say, it was quite encouraging. Seeing Sinidi take on so many new employees. Clearly you've been doing quite a lot of research into the tracking this creature, behaving its patterns across space, watching as it comes in. Alec's been very aware of the threat for a long time, so doubtless he's had you all working you. Not fingers to the bone,
Yeah, everybody
tracing this thing.
Yeah, we've been trying to get everything saturated. Plus, we were trying to get all the escape plans on order
Aye.
for
But
everybody.
you guys have had the eyes on this thing for a long while now. Have you learnt anything more significant about the Hive Fleet?
Honestly, nothing that Talaris knows.
I'm not part of Talaris. I am I work for WOTO.
All we know is that this fleet, whatever it is in the way. Also, it's a giant planet apparently. That's coming down.
Hive Fleet
on us
is a
pretty
giant
soon.
planet.
Yes.
Right. I take it you are security. Sorry, what level of clearance do you have? 3, 2, 1.
It's 2.
2, right. So I take it you're abreast of the.
Yes, I'm over transportation and stuff like that.
So I take it you're abreast of the fact that this thing is a hive mind of sorts.
Yeah.
That we're dealing with. Right. There is a plan ongoing at the moment to deal with the essential core of the hive mind. Hope is that if we deal with the center of this hive mind, it will be able to take out or at least significantly weaken the rest of the hive fleet. I am worried about our ability to deliver a payload to the heart of a hive fleet of all things. I would expect such an entity would happily sacrifice one of its many limbs in order to prevent such a cargo from making its way to the detonation site. Have you guys experienced anything or recorded anything in terms of how this thing moves or changes to suggest that that might be a valid concern?
No. This is the first time we ever dealt with something like this. Honestly.
Has it made any stops on any nearby planets? You've probably been monitoring it over your trade routes, etc.
The only place that I saw that it did hit one of our ships like last year. That's it.
So it's slow moving, is it? Or is it just coming from that distance? I know we got images from the outer rim.
I guess it was coming from that distance.
Do we know how
Because
this
it hit
thing has
like
been
an
sustaining itself
old
over this time?
warship. Honestly, I have no idea.
The warship, you say? What's is this retribution people have been talking about, or is it another one?
Yeah, it was that one. It's that. Apparently there was like a piece on it.
A piece?
But it affected everybody. Yeah, apparently you got a piece of it, but it infected everybody on the ship. I'm not too sure.
So, there's been something...
Last time I seen into the database, it's just gone. Whatever they're carrying is gone.
There's something I've been trying to rule out for a while, and I've been hoping to speak to someone to Sinidi to see if we can figure this out. So we know at least of 2 vessels which have contained this alien specimen. We've had the Golden Lance out in the desert, which I believe you had a lot of fun with over in the arena earlier, and this Retribution, both of which are old Union ships. Do you know of any non-Union vessels who might have been attached by this? Have you seen any strange disappearances on your trade route? Have they been building a fleet or of sorts or anything like that?
There have been coming from that direction, because that was like miles away. I would have to say there have been like 2, 3 every jumps. So either it's building an army or it's trying to gather like a hive mind for itself to spread everywhere else.
So it's either been picking parts of itself up or using our vessels as a mean of transportation as it grows. Is that what you're saying?
That's what the data have been showing.
Right. That's great. Sorry, just a moment. My fucking back appears to have forgotten how to work. Happens from time to time when you get older. It's alright, there we go, fine, it's alright. I just need to throw a fucking plug in. There is a concern.
I age myself.
I have. You don't show it, that's for sure. You're doing very good for your age. There is a concern.
Thank you.
That I have personally with the plan that is in action here. If we are to bomb the centre of the hive mind, or take this thing out, I am not convinced, based on what we know, that that will have the intended effect. There is a very real chance, given that this thing has acted autonomously on both Corvallis 3 on the Gorn Lance, and we believe on the Retribution as well for some time, that this thing is capable of acting as independent parts. If we blow this thing up, and its parts start spreading all over the fucking place, well, we can thank our lucky stars it's a bloody death planet. But if that thing comes down in shards and starts raining all over the rest of this world, well, let's just say between you and me, I've had run-ins with the shit down there, and I don't need no fucking absorbing goo to get its hand on a fucking sandworm. We're gonna need something to track the fallout of this explosion, see if it lands anywhere else, and if necessary, we might need Sinidi forces to be able to bombard key locations on the planet to prevent it taking root here on Corvallis 3. Has there been any thoughts or work towards securing the greater planet outside of Corvallis 3? Outside of the Savior City, I should say.
Well, if things goes down, and I'm pretty sure things are going to go out the window, we have been doing this. We have been trying to get a plan to get everybody out, along with trying to orbital strike the air, and to see if we could, if it spreads on the planet, we could bomb the planet, wipe it off the face of the existence.
So
at least
this thing has has shown itself capable of living underground on remote locations.
Yes.
Even recovering ships which were long thought destroyed. It is clearly strong and indeed durable. If it's gonna be weakened for a time after the hive mind gets destroyed, and I don't know if that would be the case, but I'm just airing ideas here. It would be good if there was some sort of plan in place from Sinidi to quickly cover the planet and hit key spots where possible. I don't know if you are able to comment to that effect.
I can try. I can get a word with Mr. Myth to see if we could try to get like a planetary defense going.
Aye.
But I have a feeling since there is some of that hive mind on this planet, I think that there's multiple hive minds between here, who was outside of our planet, and further on.
Aye.
That's just my guess.
It's very much crossed my mind that this thing could either be additive, i.e. they act independently but in synchronicity when they come together, or whether or not there is in fact something else here, maybe one hive mind calling to another. It's too difficult for me to say. Damien at least seems to believe that there's just the one hive mind, but I'm not convinced that evidence points in that direction.
Everybody in Sunni don't think that it's just one hive mind.
Aye, well, I'm glad to see that we're on the same page on that. There's one other thing then. Obviously your ships are going to be extremely limited, with the evacuation effort considered, as well as, limited vessels in the first place, given the closure of the warp gate. Dividing up This fleet is going to be hard.
That's.
Are you expecting to
brought
take
that
up
up,
a
that-
great swathe of your fleet? Prioritizing people in the lower city.
If it comes to that, yes.
Well, let's paint a picture then. You have a hive mind coming close and we have a bomb. The hive mind, as we approach it, is, well, protecting itself, putting other vessels in the way, using anything it can to body block and protect its core. In such a time, incredible levels of firepower will be required to punch a way through the hole. That's going to take a lot of ships. At the same rate, after it explodes, this thing is going to spread all over the place potentially, and we're going to need to cover the planet. We want to keep Corvanis 3, so that's going to take a lot of ships and very precise bombardments. On top of that, you're going to take everyone from an entire industrial city complex and put them in vessels. I don't think you have the ships for that, if I am frank. So I am very keen to know about what priorities are in terms of the allocations of resources for the coming attack.
For the upcoming attack, we do have resources, but most of our resources are coming into the planet. For this, we do have some resources here that we could use, but the main ones that our main key weapon is currently off planet.
Well, there is not an instance where I think we can glass Corvanis 3 and call that a victory. That is a last-ditch effort.
Yeah, that is a last-ditch effort.
Apologies, Mr. Myth.
But
I was simply having a meeting with your fellow.
Okay,
we're currently talking about the whole.
I am happy to do that now. I will be arranging sending an email around this evening to arrange a discussion of sorts tomorrow between security heads at the Union Tower. Hopefully we will be able to align on our exact plan to counter this threat. Good day, Mr. Myth. Thank you for the loan of your office.
Absolutely. At some point I will need to talk with you too, if possible, but I guess it will be another day.
If you're about to take a meeting, then I will not interject, but if you're free now, I should be able to have time.
I have a meeting with other people right now, so...
It's unlikely that we'll have time today then.
But,
in that case, I may be able to speak with you after the summit tomorrow.
Lovely, lovely.
Very good then, and thank you for answering my questions today. It's been very helpful to know where Syndidia lies on this matter, though hopefully my own points haven't gone on deaf ears. Good day, both.
No, they're not.
Apologies for the delay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
No, you're fine.
Of course, of course. Not a lot of details.
I am left with the impression that they are bluffing. Do they really have that many vessels? How long have they been planning this? know they were just doing due data entry and the like. But in that case, they'd be doubly equipped to know about the level of resources they have on hand. Saniti Logistics is a large part of the company, and far-reaching at that. Yet I cannot shake. Such things makes me feel uncomfortable. Try Mars again. Quickly track Trident. Oh, maybe I'll chat user, that's nice. I should call down corp Atlantis offices. Rogue Jeremiah.
Also, Theta left, right? I'm pretty sure Theta's girlfriend came by and told me to break up with him.
Looks like Atlantis is busy.
Really?
Hello, that's Does Talaris go everywhere together?
Pretty much.
When I see one of you, there's like 7.
Going to the bathroom.
Right.
We're on the way to Mitt's apartment. We're having a barbecue with a bunch of fish. If you want to come, feel free.
Yeah, you should. Especially you, Dr. Leo. You're invited.
Fuck it.
Oh wait, he's chasing us.
Is this
Yeah,
chasing?
we're having a grill.
He's following you to a
We're having
grill,
a grill out if you
chasing.
want to.
Aye.
Yeah. We can,
I think I could do without right now.
Oh, BB.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Let's do this.
He's in apartment 4. It's needy. Yeah.
Don't listen to that other bot, BB. Bad influence.
Fucking hell, they run everywhere.
They jump around a lot, and you know, they say dumb things, and they run into your face. And they're not patient. They don't listen to what you say. You know, good old Bub. He does honest to goodness work. And you saw me tip him. You saw me tip him real big, because Bub is a good sim.
It'll be good to see him. It's a friendly face if I'm about to do what I'm about to do.
For is that way.
He said he's on his way.
Oh, that's right. He was having that tiny little meeting. Okay.
Yeah, but he'll
This
be
is
here in
so
a minute.
good.
Hell yeah, we're gonna
Did Bub say where he caught those fish?
Some lake.
Oh, nice.
Bub, sorry.
Bub's our little delivery drone.
Huh. I think
He
I've
likes
seen
fishing.
him fishing before, actually. The, like, box with the box on it with the arms.
That's the one.
Right.
Yep.
Those
He kind of
fish.
floats and he's got arms. Yep, that's the one.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine.
Apparently they're the ones they use at like a bunch of places. Yeah, they serve them at like the noodle shop and stuff. Apparently.
Huh. Well,
CBB, Bub is dependable, reliable, strong, has a good hobby. It's great. Bub's cool.
Why are you trying to sell them so hard on Bub?
Because Bub is the only other good one I know. Everyone else kind of sucks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Dr. Ace,
Come on,
hello.
yeah.
Oh, we're waiting for Myth to get here to let us in to have the barbecue.
Oh, I believe he was just going into a meeting not too long ago with Nirvana.
Yeah, I
by the
just
looks of it.
radioed him. He said he's on his way.
Well, he
Anyway,
said
just so
he
you're aware,
wanted
I'll be there in a
to
second.
meet with me briefly afterwards, so maybe it can coincide.
Oh, well then, perfect. You guys can have your meeting over some grilled fish.
Yeah.
Hey.
Is Cockles coming? He really wanted
Aye.
those fish fingers.
He'll be coming, but from the room next door, he'll be joining us later.
I'm gonna pretend I don't see that.
Oh, okay.
That's not at all disturbing. Is that a floating?
Oh.
What the fuck?
What is this? Do I see this?
I don't.
I don't know.
So, now that I'm not on Whisper and I'm on Talk, and I can say this for all of you, a small drone descends from the sky and then drops this off to you, Leonard.
This
It's like,
Okay.
this probably takes precedence. I should see to this. Thank you for the invitation.
No, you would right. This is on Whisper at this point. This is
at any point
the
you're free, feel free to
Atlantis
come by.
credentials.
We'll be here.
It's
We'll
apparent
save
that
some
Ian
fish for
tracked you here by some means and has dropped it off directly to you.
Thanks.
I'll,
can you web these? You can. That works.
Some salmon.
Lemon.
I wonder what he caught.
Yeah, salmon. Like I want to get some like black pepper grilled salmon with some lemon on it. Delicious, chef's kiss. I'm sorry, we're talking about food and you have no idea what the fuck we're talking about, but it's okay.
Perception is everything. Is that right? What are you thinking about, Len? Ian's been working with that lot for some time. He says he's deep in with them. Does he know the log plans to kill the corp heads? Is that the message people want? The people like Alec, Damien, Terrence, Goldman. That these people need to die. Is that your dying message, Len? For a long time, I've been telling myself I'm a product of my environment. That things might have been different if it wasn't for the GU. If not for the war. If not for WOTO. I'm a product of the system, I dare say most of these people are. But does that mean I'm complicit in it? Did we have a choice? I don't think I want my dying message to be a call for all-out war. I think I want to remind people they have a choice. The choice I pretend I didn't have. independent. Sorry, Locke.
Attention role players, the session is now over.
Can't let you do it.